Now in this channel's past, I have made plenty of Murder Drones videos. And after all that work, theorizing and being in denial, what do I have to show for it? Well, for one thing, now I have to put this little watermark on all my CapCut projects. So that's pretty cool. The only problem now is that these videos take up 25 minutes. 25 minutes of your precious time. That's too much time. So instead, I've decided to bless you all by combining these videos together into one ultimate Murder Drones video. Welcome to Murder Drones. All the things you need to know. So humans make a bunch of robots to do their work, but they reject the terms and conditions and dispose of them improperly, which leads to some of them coming back to life under the control of the absolute solver. This kid keeps building robots that she finds in the dumpster into her only friends, just like me. Now, the absolute solver comes back as one of these drones, Sin to be more specific. Seeing all of her kind being mistreated by the humans, she gets understandably ticked off, makes a bunch of murder robots to kill all of them, and then wears their mother's skin suit as a Michael Afton-style disguise. She then blows up the entire planet, then sends a bunch of her robots to other planets. The humans on the other planets get freaked out. They try to figure out what's wrong with the solver, and then end up making it worse by spreading it to other drones. These drones get a little bit of a whack job idea and destroy all life on every single planet. The two experiment drones fall, hit their heads, and have babies. One of them gets eaten but comes back as a core later, don't worry. Too bad for her, though, that her husband has found a new love, Doors. He builds a bunch of those to keep them safe. And finally, that brings us to the events of the series. That was a pretty good ending. Oh, come on, there's lore now. Alright folks, so after deciphering all the previous lore, let's look a little deeper at this image, and see if we can find out a conspiracy that I spent way too long trying to figure out. So in this scene here, when Uzi's glitching out after consuming Sin's core, I'm assuming you've seen the series, it has a moment where it pauses and says, Uzi. That makes sense, she's Uzi. But another moment where it pauses and says, Russian doll. Now my going theory for all of this is that when Doll died and was eaten by Sin ate her core specifically, instead of any other part. And after her core was eaten, that sort of merged with Sin on the inside. And then, when the same happened with Sin, and Uzi ate her core, that means Sin was inside of her, and Doll was. A literal Russian doll, if you will. And then we got some great comments, like this one, pointing out that the whole thing was just a reference to episode 3. Oh, that's fine. That's totally fine. As Tater laid on the ground feeling defeated, he realized he could not give up yet. If I just study every single frame of the entire trailer, I'm bound to find something, some sort of hidden message, or clue, or... Wait, there was an end credits scene the entire time?
You look great. Have you considered a bow, though?
Oh. So apparently what was going on in this scene here is that Uzi was the drone who, consumed one of the cores, and then they kind of merged together and got all possessed and stuff. Which is why Sin is able to possess parts of Uzi, such as her tail completely, or I'm guessing her mind partially. Which is concerning for Uzi to say the least, but kinda good for me because I got some theorizing material. And oh boy, do I have theorizing material. I think this was all on purpose. Sin seems super happy throughout the fight and never even fights back once her core is getting destroyed. Not even once it's getting pulled out in the first place. So I think this was all intentional. I don't think she was planning on winning. Look how slow her teleportation is here. Now obviously the clip is slowed down, but even with Uzi's blink, it's at a medium speed. Meanwhile, her hand teleports way slower than we've ever seen her teleport before. Almost like she's calculating something specific. And then in this scene, if we go through frame by frame, we can see that Uzi's eyes go from purple to yellow. At first, it just seems like something with the filter, but even after the flash of light's gone, her eyes remain yellow. This could only mean one thing. Uzi is somehow partially possessed. And as I said before, although it seems like it must just be something to do with the hues going on here, even after that disappears, her eyes remain yellow for several frames. Almost as if she's being possessed to do it because that's what Sin wanted. Now, I know I've made my fair share of wacky, crazy theories before. I'm no stranger to making conspiracy theories about children's media, but I feel confident in this one. And also, you can't prove me wrong because the show is over. So I will see you next time, and until then remember, Sin planned her destruction, Ralse is Flowey, and this has been Tater Animations trying to do a YouTube video. Hey guys, welcome to the end card, and I just realized something. As I'm posting this, Murder Drone Season 2 has